Servant leadership is different from other kinds of leadership. So there's style and traits, approaches, skills approaches, in that it comes from within. And it has to do with how you relate to people. And it requires that you relate to people in a way that is very respectful to those persons, which allows you to be empathetic with those persons, to listen with those persons, and most importantly, to have a vested interest, a personal interest in building those persons. That comes from character, that's not a skill. It comes from a personal conviction, it comes from a personal way of carrying yourself, where you can say to somebody, you are valid, your ideas are valid, I want you to be good. For me to be good, you have to be good as well. And I think that comes back to character and how you treat people, as opposed to having people do what you want them to do, or doing things that border on ethically questionable behavior in terms of your persuasion of people, but rather to take people along in the journey and understanding that they are human beings, valid persons as much as you are, and taking the journey together. It is possible to teach character, but it's probably more important to learn character. It's a very personal thing. It is something that calls for you to be reflective, to sit down with yourself and say, what are my values? What kind of person do I want to be? And you create a gap. This is how I am behaving now. These are the behaviors that I'm showing now. But this is where I need to be. And you can't get there through simple technique. You have to work on your character as a person, how you are as a person. And so it's about bridging the gap. And what we do know is that being aware of where you are and where you need to be, being aware in the moment that you're doing something that you need to do better, then through that initial awareness and practice, you can move, you can improve. You're never going to be perfect. I mean, the best people are not going to be perfect. But you can get better. And I think that is the key to life. I'm getting better and I'm moving in the right direction. The single greatest impact for me in servant leadership is that I'm able to get much more out of other people. Meaning to say, I don't have to do it myself. I get to a stage where persons that out of my positional authority, I allow to themselves become good servant leaders. That I devolve my own authority to them. And not only that, I listen to them, ask for their opinion, understand what they're going through, seek to improve them as persons. The beautiful thing about that is that not only does it improve them, it improves me and it improves the organization. So there's no other way for me, really. I don't want to do all the lifting myself. I can multiply that. It can be exponential. The more people in the organization that take on servant leadership, the better the organization will be. So instead of in my organization, there's one Chris. Now there's Chris and Mary and John, but each of them have that servant leader approach, and so the math becomes exponential.